It's been a long time. A long time. But I am back, YouTube. Hello! Long time no see. How have you been? I've been well. Have you been well? Anyway, it is I, RainingCardGames, and after a bit of a hiatus, it is actually good to be back. So yeah, it's not a secret. I haven't uploaded in quite a bit. Couple of reasons why. One, which is just finding the motivation to make something that I want to make, that I feel that it was like I was wanting to actually do, and also the fact that we're in a Tier 0 format. I mean, yes, you can play other decks, and luckily there are ways to do so, but, Tier 0 formats usually just kind of, I put Yu-Gi-Oh! Slightly on the back burner. Still keep up to date, but, just, let's wade the storm out. Luckily, though, I have experienced traversing sandstorms, and for today's video, we shall be indeed going into the deserts of Arrakis, and playing a deck that is very on the nose with Dune. We're playing Spriggans. Yeah. Spriggans. Tally-ho. But in either case, before we go ahead and hop on a sandworm of the great sea of Golgonda, I need you all to like, comment, and subscribe. It would help me very much. I would greatly appreciate it. In either case, may your deck shuffle and brick. Let's see what I've cooked up today. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about the deck. So, to head out onto the sands of Arrakis. First things first, I think it's really important to talk about the actual Dune Sea itself. Golgonda. Really important, critical to the strategy. In fact, you get the boost of 1,000 attack to all Spriggans XC's monsters. That's kind of cool, but really what this is great as, if we don't have a Spriggans XC on field, we can discard a Spriggans card, and then we can actually just straight up summon it. And our main target we're going to be bringing out is Merrymaker, which kicks off our combo, which is a Spriggans monster from deck to grave, which we can trigger effects off. So realistically, what we want to do is activate Golgonda, get a Spriggans Merrymaker on the field. Merrymaker, then we can send a variety of things. So either set up the graveyard and extend, or however way it goes. Usually, I'd like to send Brothers. Brothers, when sent to the graveyard, will special summon a different Spriggans monster from the grave in defense position. So that's a great way to just spam the board, get board presence, all without a normal summon. So fantastic. But let's go ahead and actually show what we're working with. So we have the Supreme Sovereign Servant of Golgonda, the sandworm itself. The Yugioh Heat. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting carried away. It's really cool in that you can just like special summon if Golgonda is on the field, either from hand or graveyard, and then becomes a 3,000 beat stick, and it's a way to protect the field spell. That's kind of cool. Also searchable in the way I've built the deck, so we'll touch on that, and a great way also to facilitate either link plays or a rank 8 play if needed. We have a Therion King Regulus, which is searchable in this deck based off one card, so a way to get a big negate. Sargus, and then we have 2 Branga. We've got the Spriggans Rocky, and then we've got Kit, as well as 2 Brothers and a Pedor. So all the Spriggans monsters, with the exception of Kit, can attach themselves as material to a Spriggans XCs, but they also have ways to extend, ways to get us a searching with Branga, ways to do disruption by detaching via Sargus, recursion with Rocky, as well as I talked about that special summon ability with Brothers, and then of course furthermore switching out and cycling with Pedor itself. Kit is just a way to go in to extend if we have a fusion engrave, which guess what we do? Based off of the effect of Branded in High Spirits, which is the one singular search target, also a way to kind of pseudo-fix the hand. And we are, of course, going to be sending Sprin the Iron Dash Dragon. We don't care really about its on-field effect, but when sent to graveyard, it can either add a card or special summon a Spriggans monster or Fallen of Avids, but let's be real, it's going to be a Spriggans card, so good way to extend and keep board presence. Triple Ash, as we already mentioned, triple gold Golgonda, we have ways to get to it, also with a Terraforming, as well as a Spriggans Watch. I can activate it, add a gold Golgonda. If gold Golgonda is on the field, we can then add and then send a Spriggans monster from deck to hand. fantastic effect. So really good consistency card that we have there. We have triple Tally Ho. Tally Ho, my good friends, is a way to detach and basically send and special summon. It's a great way to span the field off of our Xyz monsters, and we'll definitely be making use of it with one of our bigger Xyz. We've got double Sprite Smashers. It's just a way to special summon a Spriggans from the deck. Really useful. Double Booty. Double Booty. Way to protect our monsters on field, but realistically we're using it as another way to get to Golgolganda, send it from field, and then we can activate a Golgolganda from deck, which is a way to bypass Ash Blossom. This deck has a lot of ways to actually play around Ash, and I really like that. And then of course you got Foolish Burial, another way to trigger Brothers, as well as Call by the Grey to insulate some of our plays. Triple Imperm, Blast, and Interluder are ways to negate our opponent's effects, but also, you know, it's just with Interluder, it's a way to either special summon the graveyard, and then also, you know, for Interluder, it's a way to decrease our opponent's attack, whereas our Xyz monsters gain 1,000. So, you know, some little bit of attack modulation play, and then we have a full armored Xyz. This is something I'm taking into the extra deck, the full armor package. Basically, I can Xyz on my opponent's turn, and then for this card in the graveyard, I can equip it to the monster, where it can gain its own attack, and then if it would be destroyed, I can destroy this card instead. This is a way to trigger some of our cards in the extra deck. Speaking of which, we have IP, SP, Hida, Appaloosa. So a lot of versatile link plays. You know, if someone tries to Ash us, we can use that to our advantage. We can either use the IP to go into an SP, or we can go up into an Appaloosa, depending on what the matchup might be. Double Merrymaker. We have 4 access, so we're going to have a Dweller just in case. King of the Feral Imps is a way that we can search out our Great Serpent, so we can extend a little further. And then, don't worry, it won't be a dead monster on the field. We can then go ahead and rank up into an Xyz Armor Fortress, which we can detach material to search an armored card, full armored Xyz, and then set this on our opponent's turn. We can go up into full armored Dark Knight Lancer. This is like an incredible card that we can just slap on top of our Xyz Fortress, and then if a card becomes equipped to it, i.e. full armored Xyz, I can attach a monster my opponent controls. It's non-targeting removal, and it's fantastic. It's almost as good as Banish Face Down. We have Explorer, which is targeted removal by detaching material, and also I can attach multiple and use this effect depending on how many cards I detach. And if there's a lot of material on this card, this can destroy a lot of stuff. And then Gigantic Champion Sargas. This is the big guy in the extra deck. He can add a Spriggans or a Therion card, so that's how we can search out our King Regulus. Fantastic card if a Xyz monster activates attack by removing material, or on my opponent's field as well. I can either target to destroy or bounce a card. So I can choose what type of removal. Really amazing effect, because we've got such a big Xyz lineup. We also have a Zeus. We won't show off the side deck today, but we have Nibiru, Lava Golem, since we don't need our normal summon, Droll, Cosmic, and Anti-Spell. You know, you can cater the extra deck to how you will, but I would say Lava Golem is great for going second, because like I said, because of Golgolganda, we don't need our normal summon. This deck is versatile, simple lines, and it can cater its end board depending on what you're playing against. Let's see how it does. Alrighty, so for game number 1, we're actually going up against Salamangreat. It wouldn't tell by my opponent's opening board of just a set infinite impermanence. They bring out the Droll. Luckily, we do have the Called by the Grave in hand. They hit again with another Droll, but it doesn't matter. I guess they totally forgot that Called by the Grave kind of impacts the effect, not the specific card. In either case, they go ahead and imperm my Merrymaker, but that's okay. I do have some little bit of follow-up, and I can still stack up underneath, go up into my Champion Sarga, sink in for some damage, and then we go ahead and we just set our singular Spriggans Blast, and with the Ash in hand, we hopefully will be able to clean up shop a little bit. We Ash the Salamangreat Circle, and then we go ahead and hit them with the Blast on the Gazelle, which cuts off their plays, and they scoop. Alright, so for game number 2, we are going up against a very weird deck. Honestly, playing against this for the first time, I had no idea what I was going up against. I see Mausoleum of the Emperor, I see Lad hit the field. I'm like, okay, is this some kind of weird stun deck? But I can beat over Lad. I just have to basically lower its attack stat to a point where I can beat over it. Luckily, because it was summoned without tributing, I can not worry about it getting monsters back from the graveyard. But it does leave me low on resources, so it was a bit, but I'm at least able to get, like, you know, protect Golgolganda and just kind of hope for the best. turns out I'm playing some weird kind of Horus, Vlad, Crystal Beast stun deck. I don't really know how to fully describe this, I guess, weird rank 8 turbo. In either case, now that I'm seeing the Horus side of their deck, I'm in trouble because that took pretty much all of my gas from my deck. Dingirsu hits the field. They'll go ahead and get rid of Golgolganda. They have a full field. I have a kit. So a bit of an unfortunate bump in the road, but it's okay. We're going to just dust ourselves off. We're going to go ahead and we're going to activate the booty to get the Great Sand Sea on field going into Merrymaker. This time we're going uninterrupted against Yugioh with a little bit of Sacred Beasts in there as well. We are able to get the Captain Sargus on field. We go up into our big old champion, searching out the Tally-Ho Spriggans. Tally-Ho! Anyway, sorry, I'm going to get carried away with that. We go ahead and spam the board with a few monsters. We were able to bring out our big old guy so we can go into the X-Blower, and then we also have a little bit of setup. We also just, play it safe. We're going to bring out an Abyss Dweller. I'm not fully sure what to expect, but we're going to turn off the graveyard. We go ahead and use the Captain Sargus to pop the 7 Spirit Gate circles, so that way we've also used the interaction from my Abyss Dweller via the Sargus. They bring out the Spirit of Yugioh, which we're going to just go ahead and say, nope, we are not going to deal with you. We go ahead and banish you. They go ahead and activate Nightmare Pain, but they have no follow-up, and we are able to maintain a board state and take the win. Game number 4, we're going up against Insect? Ballpark Insect? It's got insect support. In either case, we have our classic opening with Golgolganda into our Merrymaker. Merrymaker is able to send down the Brothers. Brothers brings back the Kit. Kit is going to go ahead and get some cards into hand with the Brandon Heights Spirits. We go into Sargus, grabbing ourselves a Spriggans Watch, which means we can grab a Captain Sargus into our hand. We're going to send him off the Brandon Spirits to get another 4 onto the field. We go into King of the Fail Rims, which means we can go ahead and search out our Great Serpent of Golgolganda, and we can actually go up into our XYZ Armor Fortress, which means we'll be able to search out full armor Xyz and have some interaction on my opponent's turn, and also have a gigantic finisher in the full armor Xyz. In either case, we go into an Explorer and we just pass back to our opponent. They start off with Extravagance and then Kaiju Slumber. Really sucks. For some reason, I don't know why, my brain decided to turn off. I fired full armor Xyz, thinking that my Xyz summon would then be protected from destroyed by card effects, but it had to be equipped, not summoned off full armored Xyz, so that's a misread of the card on my part. We're stuck with the Komungus. Luckily they can't attack because of what I activated off of the Golgolganda with their dead Gadarla, and now we can actually hopefully get them on the crackback. We bring back the Explorer. We go ahead and attach some material to the Explorer so that way we can pop out our field, and then also we are able to bring back the Kit special summoning because we have the Albaz Fusion in the grave. We go ahead and pop their field, go up into the Sargus, and they scoop before we can add the Therion King Regulus. Alright, last game, we are just going to go up and just dive right into the Tier 0 meta. We're going to fight off Snake Eye. Luckily, we do get to go first, and we go with our standard play. Brothers going to bring back the Kit. Kit is going to go ahead and get us a search. In this case, we'll go to the Brandon High Spirits. We'll shuffle back. Our Brandon and High Spirits gets Ash. I was shocked. I was honestly expecting Merrymaker to be the one to get hit by Ash, but I'm okay with that. King of the Feral Imps will go ahead and search us the Great Serpent. We're going to go up into our XYZ Armor Fortress, search out the full armor Xyz, which we now know will not protect us from destruction unless it is equipped. Monsters equipped in either case. We go ahead and activate Tally-Ho Spriggans. We get 3 onto the board. We go up into an IP Masquerena. Regulus hits the field. We go ahead and equip our Spriggans Brothers. We special summon our big Serpent, and then we pass to our opponent so we have material either go into an Appaloosa or we can go into a SP Little Knight. We go ahead and negate the Diabell Star. We then go ahead and just go right into our big old boy and go into SP Little Knight. Their Ash Search still goes live. We go ahead and activate our SP Little Knight. Popular hits the field, and then we go ahead and activate our full armored Xyz. They chain and try to go into with the Kirin, but luckily, on resolution, I'm able to still suck up the Kirin. Office in the graveyard still gets to trigger. They go ahead and they activate the original Sinful Spoils. They bring out Ponix, so this is a Fire King Snake Eye hybrid. We go ahead and pop the Sanctuary to prevent any activations. They go into the Fortress Typhon. But because of being destroyed, we can activate Golgolganda to prevent Typhon from attacking us, meaning we can get them on the crackback, and they scoop. We just beat the best deck in the format. Granted, it is only a single one-off game. And that's gonna do it. All in all, that's, I will actually happily admit, I had a lot of fun playing with this deck. It was not monogamous, tiresome, monotonous. There we go. We just beat Snake Eyes. Granted, it was a game, only a single game, but even then, with proper side decking and everything, I think we might have a chance. It's a solid deck, honestly. Like, there has some flaws. It definitely has choke points. I mean, if you hit the Merrymaker and I don't have enough up in hand, there can clearly be some board issues, and then on the crackback, you're just going to lose. But the deck is versatile. It's not linear. It's very circular. Recursion is actually very nice in the deck. You can always make a comeback play. Even if the board gets outed, as long as Golgolganda is on the field, it can help me. And then even if Golgolganda gets wiped and stuff, you can actually stop your opponent from attacking or activating effects. It has a lot of answers, and I like that about the deck. So yeah. That's all I got for y'all today, so make sure you head on out there, let the spice flow. I'll catch you out on Arrakis.